Hey, Mindham. I agree with you primarily on this whole Second Amendment crap. I mean, it's crap. Um, I already asked you this in another video, but I'd still like to know what a right is. And I think once the definition is properly defined, we can be better judges of what rights are justified and what rights are just there to appease people or assholes, I guess. When I think about what a right is, they are the only thing I'm certain of is that it is essential to our survival as delicious beings. So with this in mind, I think about the Second Amendment, and is the right to own a gun or the right to bear arms, is it essential or for our survival, or does our survival depend on our right to bear arms or own a gun? And I'm pretty positive that the conclusion is no, because if we eradicate guns from the equation, the probability of surviving an assault, a gunless assault, is much, much higher than the probability in surviving an assault with a gun. And even if I had a gun, I mean, like, it doesn't really take that much just to shoot somebody from the back. I mean, of course you can say, well, it doesn't take that much to slit someone's throat, but one person with a gun unexpectedly can take out 50 people before another person can even get out their gun and kill that person. So I mean, you're still looking at high death tolls with guns. I mean, it's quite obvious that the more prevalent guns are in our society, the more deaths there are going to be. I mean, when I think about Japan, it's illegal to get guns in Japan. It is next to impossible to get a gun in Japan, and they have one of the lowest gun death rates in the world. So I think if you just eliminate guns from the picture, killing isn't so easy, and I think people would become much more contemplative before they go out and just slaughter a school. Also, we need to think about why the Second Amendment was even written. It's primarily to ensure or give the citizens the ability to overthrow the government in case the government decided to oppress them. But when you really, really think about that, if the government was to oppress us, do you even think we'd be allowed to own guns? And do you think our guns would even be any means of real protection against the government? I mean, it's just kind of silly. So yeah, if you could somehow add to the definition of what a right is, maybe we can get some kind of conversation going and maybe broaden the understanding of everyone's idea or definition of what a right is, because right now I don't think anybody actually knows what the hell a right is. They drop the word all the time, but I guarantee you if you ask them the question, what is a right, they'll give you some sort of vague example of our amendments or some bullshit definition that really doesn't mean anything. I mean, a right has to be a chain of concepts of concrete definitions. I mean, that's even the most abstract of things, such as a right, has to have some meaning behind it. I mean, it can't just be a meaningless word that ensures us certain privileges. So any ideas thrown your way or thrown in the way of conversation would be great. Thanks.